Not much happens enforced on the German-Polish border, but tonight seems to be the exception. The biggest show in town is political, a gathering of the AfD, the far right-wing party that increasingly channels and fuels growing frustrations here. Notice the proportion of young faces. Like in France, the Eastern German youth is flocking to the hard right in record numbers. The venue soon fills up. Rumour has it that the local authorities have prevented the AfD from having a bigger hall, as if that would stifle their support. The fire marshal has closed the doors. The AfD is no stranger to feeling excluded. Inside, under the giant chandelier, they're motivated by a laundry list of grievances familiar across the disaffected democratic world. From the tyranny of the green agenda, as they call it, to the erosion of national sovereignty and so on. Even Brexit gets an ovation. Trump and Farage would feel right at home here. There are particular German nuances. We'll get to those in a minute. But the other reason for the throng is tonight's star attraction. The woman with the blonde bun, Alice Weidel, the leader of the AfD in the German Bundestag. She's not what you might expect. Openly gay, married to her Sri Lankan Swiss partner, this former Goldman Sachs banker is far more popular than the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. And in measured tones, she delivers her political hammer blows.
Deutschland ist der größte Verlierer.
Germany is the biggest loser in this game around the Ukraine war. And when we get into government, we will end this war immediately, because we will lose it as Germans.
In the Overspill room, they're glued to her every word. And even on the road outside, where an enterprising fan has volunteered their iPhone. Few other German politicians get this kind of rapt attention. Jessie works in real estate.
Alice Weidel is very popular because she tells the people what we want here. She says the truth, just another politiker, they tell no blah blah blah.
Do you think that one day she could become the Chancellor of Germany?
Yes,
Really?
of course, she should be.
On the signature issue of migration, Weidel builds up her case. From mass rapes to the threat of religious wars to the need to build, yes, a wall and the promise of deportation.
In
Syria, the excuse of war has ceased to exist. So we must send all Syrians back. I promise you, as soon as we get into government, that's what we will do. The Syrians, the Iraqis, the Afghans, we will send them all back.
That's over 1 million refugees, most of whom have settled here. Mass deportation or remigration, bring it on, as the Beermat merch says. The AfD wants a new policy. If there are any refugees, they'll be greeted only with bread, bed and soap. What's more, the federal government may follow suit, a far cry from Angela Merkel's welcome culture. As Weidel leaves, we try to get close, not a chance. After recent knife attacks, at least one claimed by ISIS, her federal protection has been stepped up. Mrs. Weidel! Mrs. Weidel! Bread, water and soap for refugees, is that the new Germany? Alice Weidel has not been found guilty of hate speech or using banned language from the Nazi era. Other AfD leaders have been, and Dr. Christoph Berndt is on a government extremist watch list. In the old East Germany, he was a scientist experimenting on dopamine levels in rats. Now he's running to be the Prime Minister of the state of Brandenburg. I asked him about the extremism.
Und wie werden wir denn bezeichnet?
What do our opponents call us? Fascists, a-holes, scum, worms. We are insulted in a way that we never insult others.
Letzte Frage auf Englisch, if I may. What is the future of Germany?
I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a future that is based on self-respect.
With the AfD in government?
Hopefully.
With Alice Weidel as Chancellor?
Yes, best one, best choice.
That's what you hope?
Yeah.
What about the future of Europe with that kind of Germany?
If Europe wants to have a future, then that way, or it will have no future at all.
Wir haben jetzt Zurückweisung.
In the Bundestag, Chancellor Scholz is on fire and under fire, pledging that the new border controls starting on Monday will make a difference. But will it be enough on the quiet streets of Brandenburg to save his party, his government and Germany's reputation? The East used to feel bullied by the West. Now its politics are setting the tone.